In this particular demonstration, we want to talk about how to do performance monitoring within your cloud environment. And we're going to use UCS Performance Manager as a tool to be able to address that requirement. UCS Performance Manager is great because it gives you the ability to be able to get infrastructure level visibility into the performance and the current conditions in the hardware that makes up your cloud environment. You know, one of the key things that cloud does for us is it provides an abstraction layer. It makes things easier. But when things go wrong, or if I need to be able to identify any types of performance issues, I've got to ensure that I've got that visibility at that infrastructure level. So this tool is designed to be able to do that. So here you're seeing how UCS Performance Manager gets full visibility into all the connectivity options you've got and how your platform is connected into the environment. So here you can see the different links that are automatically discovered, as well as the ability to be able to go in and monitor all the different components associated with it. So here we're going to take a look at these connections. So here you can see all the different uplinks. And in this particular case, we've got trending information, and we can see the current bandwidth going northbound out of the platform as well as southbound. There's a lot of different traffic characteristics that you can get to be able to identify how it's performing. So your SAN, your LAN traffic, all the different pieces you need to be able to ensure that your platform is operating as it should. So here you can see a number of the different devices there. So you got the server and the chassis as well as the fabric extender, giving you all that visibility to those components. So now let's take a quick look at more detail associated with the platform itself. So this is showing you aggregate bandwidth and pools. That's going to show you the different connections you've got coming out of the environment. The interesting thing about the UCS solution set from a server perspective is it's very easy to be able to add, physical and virtual hardware. The way that it's constructed is it's a very simple way to be able to connect into the network. Well, the challenge you've got with it sometimes is it is a virtual environment in a lot of cases. It's very much defined by how you configure it from a software perspective, which means you can have a large number of ports in some of these different chassis. So being able to get a very good topological view automatically discovered is something that's very, very valuable. So here we're seeing a number of the different ports. We can look to see, in many cases, which ones are maybe out of balance, which ones are getting more utilization than others. So as you're looking for ways to be able to optimize performance, you can get information about those different port groups. So here we're seeing the port groups of a particular chassis, and I can drill down into how each one of those is performing. So here we're going to take a look at blade server. So here you've got a number of ports associated with that blade server, and each one of them in this case is being identified. And you're seeing that we got a lot of green, but we got one port where we've got an issue, or we got an alert that's telling us that something's a little out of whack. So as we start to drill down into that, we can get a lot of detail just from the graphs themselves. So here we're seeing the different bandwidth characteristics. We can get trending information, to be able to determine if what we're seeing is normal or if it's something that's indicative of a problem. So here's getting more detail on the actual fabric interconnects themselves, showing us the ports as well as the connectivity that's the bandwidth is coming out of them. So as you can see here, there's one port that's just not acting the way it should. So here we've got ability again to be able to look at the bandwidth, so you can see it from an aggregate view and really identify where which one of your devices is generating the most traffic. So we can see in this particular chassis that there's a lot of traffic being generated, but again down here you're seeing a particular port that's just not even being utilized. So it's a rebalancing situation you need to be able to achieve. So being able to leverage that again is something that you can do within UCS Performance Manager. It's going to give you that ability to be able to see all of this stuff. So again, you've got the trending capabilities, you've got all of that data there at your fingertips. And then last but not least, you've got the dashboard. Now the dashboard gives you the ability to be able to get all this information in a quick, easy to view manner. This is completely customizable. And in this case, we're going to take a look at that one UCS server, and you can then see very quickly all the different connections associated with it and be able to leverage those in the dashboard to get a very quick view of the health of your infrastructure or hardware. So that's how you would use UCS Performance Manager to be able to identify bandwidth issues and to be able to do trending and analysis.